ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to our weekly dose of travel content. Postcards and Beyond began as a reservoir of memories, memories of great destinations, holidays in the past, and looking eagerly onto the future. We are back with a brand new season of Postcards and Beyond, and this time it's time to travel. It's my pleasure to welcome our second guest in this series, Mr. Sanjay Gohil. Hi, Sanjay. Welcome to Postcards and Beyond. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Hi, Bhavni. Thanks so much for having me here. This is really good fun. So hi everyone. My name is Sanjay. I am a local photographer based in northwest London. Mainly specialised with weddings, predominantly like the Asian weddings. I also do lots of commercial photo shoots, so like your headshots, your events, corporate events, drone imagery. And I'll be honest, I love traveling. I miss traveling at the moment, and I cannot wait to get out exploring once again.
Brilliant. Sanjay, I'm going to get straight to it.
Okay.
What are your top 3 holiday destinations so far, and what is your main memory from them?
Oh, okay. This is a bit of a hard one, and I had to think about it. So one of them was definitely, well, my wife and I, we love traveling to Italy, so that has to be there. So one of them was a trip to Cinque Terre in the north west region. We, just beautiful culture. Walked the whole of Cinque Terre from the first town to the last town. Got to taste some great food. Lots of opportunities for photography as well, which makes it, which is something that I love to do. That's definitely one of them. Another one would be a trip to Australia. And I've actually been fortunate to go twice. But the last time we went, my wife and I went, we actually experienced a New Year's Eve in Sydney, which was like a bit of a bucket list sort of thing that we wanted to do, and that was absolutely insane. And then just having the opportunity to travel around on the south. Oh man, I've forgotten the road name, but it's the main sort of south coast road that sort of goes from Melbourne, where we just got to see some like beautiful like sunrises. I mean, I actually got up at 6 a.m. to go capture the sunrise.
Oh wow.
But it was absolutely worth it just to get some pink skies and stuff to see it. So that's what I kind of love to do and just sort of like explore. And I'd say a third one would be Mexico City itself. My wife and I are very much into like learning about different cultures' foods. So there was a lot of street food. My God, like street food is probably one of the best things that we always try to look out for. And when we try my wife loves to recreate it over here when we're back home, but just getting immersed in that culture, just, staying in an area where it was just more full of like local people rather than like a big hotel. And it was just nice just to get around, integrate in, and really just see what Mexico what life is like in Mexico City. So yeah, just enjoying. Yeah, those are definitely 3. There's more, but obviously I won't go to any more for now.
Yeah, these are your top 3 holiday destinations. Yeah, I know what, Italy, I can never, ever pronounce that correct. I always used to first say Cinque Terre. I never used to pronounce it right, but yeah. And when you say it, it sort of brought back the memory how I used to pronounce it. It's like...
Definitely. Now we want to explore like the southern region, especially like, I don't know if you've seen the latest James Bond film, but there's a town called, I believe it's called Matteo. And I looked it up as soon as I got home and I was like, need to go there. Like that's it.
It does look very nice. It does
yeah.
look very nice.
that'll be the next trip. So yeah, hopefully.
That's it. Yeah. In fact, I might pick your brains on Mexico side later because that's where we're going next year. Oh, so I will pick your brains on that.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely.
Excellent. Yeah, that was really an amazing list. So what are the main things you look out for when you're planning a holiday?
I think we tend to look out for like what sort of activities can we do, the different interesting areas to go to, surprise, the food that we're going to eat as well. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to get to know. And we like to do like a variety of sort of like immerse like in the city, go traveling, maybe hire a car and go out a little bit. Just find some nice like cool locations to go to, and just really explore. We're very much about exploring and things like that. Believe it or not, we have we've actually, my wife and I, like when we have gone on holidays, we actually look up where the local like Hare Krishna temple is. So that's been one of those things where whichever country we go to, we try and see if it's there and if it's possible to go visit. So that's it's a bit of a weird one, but we managed to do that in quite a few European and cities, and even Mexico as well, which was quite cool. But generally, it's about a bit of relaxation, getting ourselves immersed into the culture itself, just experiencing what life is like in all these different areas, and just trying to find somewhere a little bit different.
Yeah.
Those are kind of like the main things that we look out for. Make sure there's things to do. We've tried beach holidays, but I think within like a couple of hours we sort of tend to get a bit fidgety and we start wandering off and heading off. I remember when we went to India, we were in Goa, we were on the beach for a couple of hours, and then we're like, cool, right, we're done with the beach. Let's go head into the town and experience what Goa is away from the tourists. Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, you know what? I'm like that as well. I like exploring. I like, if I'm going to a new country, or a city or a town or island, whatever it is, but you want to see what's around the beach as well. I don't want to just sit on the beach. And then I've got my family who only wants to be by the pool or by the beach. So it's always like a negotiation, like, okay, I'll stay here for this many hours, provided you come out with me.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. But it's always, no, that's what I tell my clients when they call to book any destination, is there's so much to see than what a brochure would tell you. And it's nice to explore. That's why we like telling them that come out of your comfort zone and visit a few places. If you don't like it, that's fine. You don't have to do it the next day, but at least give it a try.
Yeah, I think for us, like, it's important to sort of understand the culture as well, rather than just being in a secluded beach with people that you're sort of potentially familiar with all the time. Like, it's, I think that just sort of broadens your horizon as a person as well. Even if you don't speak the language, you might pick up one or two words. And I think locals tend to appreciate it even if you just learn to say hello, as opposed to just trying to get them to converse in English all the time. But it's nice, it's nice to sort of experience what life is like in a different country.
It definitely is, definitely. According to you, which areas of travel planning prove to be either most time consuming or even inconvenient, even in the age of the internet?
You know what? I would say booking good accommodation, and it's not because of like what we're shown on the internet, so like your X hotel, it looks brilliant, but the more time consuming part is like when you start reading the reviews and you get such mixed reviews, you become a little bit like, shall I not? And it's just almost just like, oh man, this is a drain on my brain now, because I'm like, I don't know which one to go for from the hotel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because there's always good points and bad points. You almost want to have like a good point of contact, say Sanj, or been to that hotel, it ticks your boxes, and just have that confidence and not get too obsessed with people just like reading everyone's reviews, because I think that's a big headache. And I think you get very frustrated when it's almost like, okay, you looked at a hotel, but oh no, that hotel's now gone. If we use like hotel comparison sites, because that hotel's gone, and you start panicking. And then next thing you know, you've ended up sort of spending a lot more than you anticipated or expected, just because you're in that panic state. But I think, people, someone that will guide you, that you trust, and know that they'll provide you the right information, I think that would help sort of get rid of that sort of time consumingness. And it's, it just becomes a bit of a headache, basically.
Yeah, no, you're so right in that, because say like TripAdvisor, everyone's got a very different look on different properties. Like I might like something which you might hate, but on my review, it'll be like, oh my God, it was amazing. This hotel you have to go to. And if you went on those bases and you went there and it was like, oh my God, why did I even look at that? Or it's nothing like what was said.
Yeah.
So it's every individual's view is different.
You've nailed it there. What the website said, it looks like one thing, but when you go there, just like, this does not look. This does not look like what we saw in the brochure, or the photos are so tightly taken. That the room is completely far-fetched from what your expectation was.
It sounds like a massive room, but when you go there, it's like a cubbyhole.
Yeah. So it would be good if someone sort of said, Sanj, look, if you've got the junior suite, think of like a typical just like think of like a typical space that you might be familiar with, to sort of say, say if you knew my back garden, you say, Sanj, just about half the size of your back garden. That sort of personal touch would give me that confidence. Say, cool, that's the right way. That's the right thing. Yeah,
exactly. So if there was one thing you'd like the travel industry to take into account from a consumer's perspective, what would it be and why would you think that should be implemented?
Ooh, that's a really hard one. That's a hard one. Can I pass on that one because I can't really think? That was a really hard one, actually. If there's one thing that I'm trying to take away, I'd say, sometimes like when you booked a flight or something, and then you've had to sort of cancel it a bit last minute. I think sometimes, obviously, I respect that every flight operator has a business to operate, but when we get told that that your flights are sort of like non-refundable or they can't be exchanged, if it's not looked at personal circumstances, that's a bit of a hit, especially if you've got like a big family going, and if it's something that's like an unforeseen circumstances. The hope would be that there would be some sort of like personal touch. Say, okay, cool, look, we understand. For example, there was a bereavement in the family, you couldn't travel. Look, guys, we'll, as a goodwill gesture, you can move your flight. You can have that credit, because ultimately the company is still going to make that money. But obviously, I'm not too sure how flight operators work, but I'd say that would be quite good to have that sort of extra sort of flexibility without having to think, well, look, if I want that sort of safety, then I have to spend an extra £300-400 a person for refundable tickets or sort of stuff like that. Yeah. I don't know if that's a good one, but hopefully that can.
Yeah, no, just like, because you mentioned bereavement, there is rules around that you can change it just for a very small charge or no charge at all. But if it is just to change it, obviously for your own reasons, personal reason, then yes, to move it, there is always a kind of a charge if you do the changes like 24 hours prior to departure or something like that. Okay. So there's always a way around it.
I never knew that.
Yeah, in fact, now it's become slightly more flexible, especially during the pandemic. It's become a lot more flexible in regards to, for any reason you can't travel because of COVID related, or the country you're going to is not on red list, but it has higher volume of positive cases and you don't feel comfortable traveling.
Yeah.
They do take all that in account now. So yeah.
Never knew that. Honestly, I think there's an information overload, like when it has come traveling over the last 18 months.
And sometimes you just don't even think about it. You've already formed this thing in your mind that is not refundable, and that's it. And people do try. So
no, that's cool. That's good. That's good. And I think when we have someone like yourself sort of helping with that, it'll be like, Bhavni, what's going on? Like, I need help. Like, or where do I need a PCR test? Like, do I need it for when I go out, when I come back? Because I'm assuming that every country would have their own different rules. And as an agent, I'm sure you probably know that if I said I'm going to Outer Mongolia, you'd be like, Sanj, give me 10 minutes, I'll know exactly what to do, where you need to go.
So yeah, I mean, it all boils down to saying that traditional travel agents are always better.
Yeah, I think that's I'd say that's an absolutely good statement to say, and I think having that personal touch makes a difference rather than a call center where you're dealing with say like a big name or something like that. It's always personal service is what you're going to benefit from, and if it gives that less stress as a traveler, especially at the moment, then it's like we've got a point of contact. Say, look, I know exactly who I'm going to speak to, and they're going to look after me.
Exactly.
Make sure that I get back home.
That's it. And lastly, what comes to mind when I say Venture Beyond?
You know what? Confidence when I'm booking a holiday, and that comes from you as a person, your personality. I feel that what you're talking about, just from your mannerisms and stuff. And I can phone up to say, right, I need to book this holiday, and it's a done deal. And that's what I think is really important, just to give that peace of mind and have that confidence in someone. That I think that's what I feel when we hear Venture Beyond as a travel agent. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. That's really kind of you. Sanjay, thank you so much for being a part of Postcards and Beyond.
Having me.
Time to travel. It's a pleasure having you on board, and I've learned a little bit, you've learned a little bit. So yeah, it
Absolutely.
was a great episode. Ladies and gentlemen, I will see you all next week with another exciting guest. Till then, take care and stay safe. Once again, Sanjay, thank you so much.
Thanks a lot. See you.